Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts for Harmony One to see what's been going on most recently with the price action of the one token. Guys, as we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe. Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here. Right, with all of that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the desktop and take a look at what has been going on here with Harmony One. Okay guys, we're going to be starting things off with our hourly chart. Some interesting things have been going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of had a bit of a push to the upside, invalidating some of its kind of major kind of I guess indicators of lower price targets, right? So with Bitcoin doing that, obviously it's given a lot of encouragement into the altcoins as well. So I want to give you a bit of an idea as to what is going on here with Harmony and what to potentially expect to happen next here. So on this hourly chart, we can acknowledge that we had this ABC move to the upside, this pullback down, which again is another ABC. We have some kind of move going on here, and I want to kind of just spend a little bit of time measuring this out because it is quite an interesting one, right? So let me just quickly draw this up. We obviously have our A, our B, and our C wave. Nothing unusual about that. But it gets interesting here once we actually start to see this level of kind of resistance getting found. This isn't an unusual area of resistance either. This is an area that we've seen resistance in quite a bit. Okay, so we obviously have all of that kind of consolidation going on there, the pullback and then the launch up, right? Now, this pullback makes this whole move not impulsive. Okay, so effectively, if this was an A wave up, a B wave down, and a C wave up, that C wave being impulsive, this fourth wave crossing wave one invalidates the entire thing. So we know that, you know, this is either a big ABC up with a pullback down and then a launch forward, or this is an A wave up, this is a B wave, and now that is the C wave, which is also something that we have to acknowledge and you know, keep quite an open mind to. So that's how I'm going to draw it. I'm going to kind of take this as if it is an ABC move, and then we'll see what that actually means for the charts on Harmony One, right? Does this mean that we're going to be going up into an impulsive move, or does this mean it's just a standard ABC correction and we should be looking for downside to come as well? So let's jump in and see what that actually looks like on the charts here. So we're going to start off with this being our A wave up, okay, finding that resistance, our B wave coming down here, and the C wave moving up, right? What we'll do is we'll measure this distance, okay, so we have our A wave high and our A wave low. We'll transpose this over into our B wave low, and we can see that we're already pushing past the 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, that comes in down here. This is the area that we actually found resistance on and the slight pullback, and then we've continued to rise up. Now, the key area for us is 19.4. 19.4 basically means we're impulsive up, and the 1.618 being at 19.6 is an area that we are really focused in on because we have invalidation up here at 19.7. Okay, so as we think about moving up here, this is going to be the real key area for us in order to invalidate a few other plays that are going on here with Harmony. So I think that's quite a probable area. We take a look at the stochastic RSI just down here. We've got plenty of room to grow. So it's very possible that we actually do turn this into an impulsive move, and that impulsive move does mean invalidation on some of the lower price plays on Harmony One. Okay, so as we kind of think about this, obviously all the things that we were talking about and looking at was this Elliott wave triangle. This being a kind of penultimate move on the downtrend, right? So obviously, as I kind of scroll out here, we have the downtrend, they had the sideways trade, and now we have the break to the upside. This actually should have broken to the downside, but we've actually had a lot of support for Harmony here, and we kind of broke down very kind of small amounts, nothing too major from that high E wave, and just an ABC, very choppy, and now corrective. And if we actually get this impulsive up, this is actually going to completely invalidate that triangular wedge, no downside, and that low 13.4 is potentially off the cards if we continue to push up in a really big way, right? So we've actually got, unfortunately, quite a way to climb to invalidate the lows down here, but if we actually cross this 19.7 cent range, in my opinion, we would effectively invalidate the move here. I mean, potentially 21 cent to be really confident on it, but 19.7 I'm pretty confident to say that this triangle is not coming in. We are not going into that kind of expected low triangular wedge shape pullback. And again, if you follow the channel and you're familiar with Elliott theory, an Elliott wave triangle, you know, they are incredibly powerful. and they normally play out. They very rarely don't. But in this case on Harmony, you actually see this pullback, and it's such a strange kind of pullback where it actually just goes below the expected line, doesn't actually do too much, and then actually starts to see this break to the upside. And that's actually really encouraging. It shows that there's a lot of strength in Harmony. And the low points here, they just might not actually come in. Now, the lows were 13.4. That's the most probable area. To invalidate those, we actually have to move up quite significantly. So we should be aware that there are still potentially those low points on the cards. They're still down there, and we could still revisit them. And on the charts, if I actually bring it up, you know, it actually resonates incredibly well with this area over here on the previous pullback. So this actually would be a good synergy. The triangular wedge that you see over this side also being over here, the pullback down. Now, what we're seeing at the moment is basically invalidating the triangle, preventing that from happening. But obviously this low point is still very valid. And again, you know, it's a bigger 1 wave, 2, 3, this being 4 and 5. In order for us to invalidate you know, this kind of impulsive move down, we have to move up now quite high. We have to go past, in my opinion, 28 cent. Okay, and that's quite a task to kind of come all the way up there from this low point. Still very possible. Obviously, we've seen, you know, some pretty interesting things for Harmony, so it's very, very possible that we do. But when we actually start thinking about what this looks like overall, the most probable area that we were expecting was, of course, 13.4. And based on this being, actually, let me just throw up into the weekly because I think I've got it drawn up already. Let me just check, bring this down a little bit here. So it's not on the weekly, but I will sure find it. If I do it on the daily, that's fine. So on here, for example, and what we're actually kind of looking for is this kind of big A, a big B, and a big C, this zigzag. But it doesn't appear to be wanting to play out that way. Okay, so that gives us encouragement. Zigzags can be a little bit, you know, haphazarded at times, and this particular breakout on our hourly chart is actually really encouraging for Harmony. So overall, this is actually a really good positive thing for Harmony One, to potentially start seeing a pretty good kind of price action to the upside overall on Harmony here. We are looking at trying to push past 19.4 to confirm the impulsive move. Anything above 19.7 does invalidate the triangle, in my opinion, so that's going to be really good and encouraging for anyone holding Harmony One. Obviously, one thing that we have to keep in mind during these kind of moments where we start to see fantastically good green candles to the upside is we want to avoid FOMO. We don't want to be buying the green candles. We want to wait for the corrections. There will be a correction. There's always a correction after a big impulsive move, and that's the one where we want to dollar cost average into a position and potentially trade that into the fifth wave and so forth, right? And what we don't want to do is just FOMO in, buy up all the green candles, and then actually, you know, wait until the retracement kicks in, and then, you know, hold all the way through the retracement and then trade it all the way back up again. And ultimately, it's better to just kind of wait for the retracement, buy in nice and low, and then ride it up into the next wave. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe. Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.